fan page.
Have I had a post based on? I'm pretty sure I have. Yes, I would say yes, but I can't remember.
End of story.
I can't. Well, I can't remember the exact one. But
End of
do I
story.
make a do I
But you
do I
done
make
it.
a habit of it? Do I make a habit of it? I don't think I make a habit of it.
Okay. So do you think that's a habit? How about you, Corey?
Nah, the thing about
Let the church. Only thing left to do is the white spit in your eyes.
Come on.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
God.
Yeah, what Buddy? What's wrong with
Come
Buddy?
on.
Oh, gosh.
Bro, man.
I just heard Mel told me about it today. I haven't seen it, but I'm definitely gonna go watch it.
No, you don't want to see it because you go want to fight the dude.
Welcome back to another episode of the Man Down Podcast. This is a no spit in the face zone. Hey man, I'm gonna let y'all know if y'all anywhere and somebody try to do that to you, just say no. Don't let nobody do that.
Just remember, if you do let them do that, you cannot go home and tell your son nothing.
Nothing. Period. Your son is not a man of the house.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You let that man spit in your face.
That's emasculation at its finest. However, we will tell you that the Sports Cave does not, promote that. But what they do promote is great gear and great merch, and you can see some of that great merch behind our person right now. Everything you see on my head, on my wall. Everything comes from the Sports Cave. Sports Cave 310 on IG or sportscavetruck.com. If you want the website, order that merch, get it. Tell them Man Down sent you. Get something half off, maybe. No, I lied. Not half off, but you get a good deal. You definitely get a good deal.
He'll definitely look out for you.
Yeah. What's up, Cass?
Hey
man, it's no secret where we're going today, man. We just had wild card weekend. Some blowouts.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you live from in the playoffs. I don't know about nobody else.
I think you might be the only one. Now that I'm looking around, that's here tonight. Well,
no, all my teams are still in.
Man, you don't have a team.
That's the point. I'm pro NFL. So as long as the NFL is going on, I have a team in the exactly. Yeah.
That boy can't stand the off season.
Boy,
speaking of off season, we got them boys going fishing real early, boy. They said Dak Prescott's sleep bed number was higher than his quarterback rating last game.
And sure the hell was.
You know there was they were saying that there's only 3 $40 million a year quarterbacks. 2 of them threw for 5 touches, and 1 was Dak.
Well, he threw one and ran one.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. 2 of them had outstanding performances, and then there was Dak.
For what it's worth, it was what it wasn't a blowout. They had a chance. They had a chance to win the game.
It should have been.
Listen, thank you. Because either one of those
failure to score touchdowns in the red zone, and Jimmy G's inability to know who he plays for at any given time.
Man, that's the worst.
Because he'll throw the ball to anybody open.
If they lose next round, he's going to be the reason. He's going to be the reason. He's going to be the reason they lose. He was almost the reason that Dallas had a drive at the last second to begin with. Just the inability to. I don't know whether it's him and the Shanahan, because Shanahan is a good play caller, at least until crunch time. As you can see from my Falcons background, Jimmy G is just. Both of those teams last night looked like teams that, man, I don't even know if I should be here. I'm just making an appearance, and I didn't expect that from the Cowboys offense. I thought they would look better.
I I expected it from the offense.
You expected what from the offense?
A dud.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not. I knew that Diggs was gonna have a long night.
Yeah, listen, he is a sucker for double moves. He got to clean that up in the offseason.
They don't even have to get double moves.
No, he is a sucker for double moves because he is so hungry for a pick.
He a ball hawk.
Yeah, he's a ball hawk, and it's okay to play corner like that if you got a safety over your head. Richard Sherman used to get away with that shit all the time because Earl Thomas was over his head. Ain't no Earl Thomas on the Cowboys.
Yeah,
you're right. This is true.
but I always go back to this, Corey. How come you saying all this in hindsight? That's not what you were saying.
That's not. But no, what I'm saying is, of course I'm gonna pick my team. That's come on, I'm not stupid. But I also know that the Cowboys have a ridiculous offensive line. It is terrible at best. You have a center that is consistently manhandled like a redhead stepchild. Consistently, and that's terrible because that's the quickest way to the quarterback is right up the middle. You have a left tackle that is the most penalized player in the NFL, and Connor Williams. You have a right tackle that's good. He is a good player. He once was a great player. He is a good player now. And then you have a left tackle that is, I'm not even going to say he's old. He's just beat up. He's never on the field. He's never healthy. The dude where I'm listening to you.
Like, we was talking about the Cowboys as, okay, we just in the beginning of the season, we was talking about how we didn't know what Dan Quinn was going to be able to do with the defense, considering how he came to Atlanta. The one thing that we were almost positive about was the O-line. Like, okay, I don't know how Zeke going to look. Let's hope Dak looks good. The O-line is what y'all had. Like, what happened? I'm not watching every week, but so what happened?
It's
look. Can I say this though?
Go ahead, man.
Playoffs. It's the playoffs, and 49ers got a good defense, and they got Bosa on the other end that's terrorizing cats. So we can't get mad that the O-line gave up some pressures and stuff like that.
No,
right? However,
they gave up 5 sacks.
Yeah, okay, they did. That's a lot. And I don't think they got the Jimmy G more than once. I don't think, but
they got to him once.
But listen, they almost had 200-yard rushes, and one of them was a receiver. So Debo does that to everybody. Don't count him as a regular wide receiver. That dude is not a regular wide receiver. That dude is a football player. That is what he is. You're absolutely right. He's a football player. He had about 78 yards rushing, I think. And the starting running back for San Francisco, I can't remember if it was Mitchell or
Mitchell. Mitchell had 96.
Right. So they both almost had
170 total between the two of them.
Right.
Yeah. Which is something you can live with because the 49ers, that's what they're gonna do. It don't matter. They are going to run the ball.
You can't live with that though.
Listen. The one thing that I said that the Cowboys had no answer for was George Kittle, and that's the one thing that they had an answer for yesterday.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Yeah. So that means your analysis was off again, and mine was on.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't mean yours was on. The 49ers run the ball on everybody. They haven't. Nobody shut down. For you to make I said they was gonna run. I just said they didn't have an answer for Kittle because play action.
Why didn't I load up that daggone sound?
Load it. I'm telling you, the 49ers are going to run on everybody. That's what they're going to do. They didn't run for 300 like Cleveland did last year.
I agree.
They rushed for 178. I'm cool with that.
What you said. This wasn't what
Jimmy Garoppolo threw for 174 yards. I'm cool. Listen, if you give that up, if you give up 300 yards of total offense, that's not terrible. And 23 points, you can't tell me that I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is 14 dumbass penalties. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with a 6 of 13 ratio, 6 of 13 third down ratio, right, for the 49ers. But that doesn't account for the 4 penalties that the Cowboys had on third downs that gave them first downs. So that goes to a 10 for 13, which is also an NFL record. That is stupid. That is stupid, undisciplined football.
Hey, your offense got to put up more than 17 points in the playoffs at home.
Agreed. But you can't have game killing penalties, drive killing penalties.
That's true.
You cannot.
I think that
you can't do it.
I think if Dallas they only had 77 rushing yards. I think the way that you kind of, because the San Francisco came out pretty hot.
They came out tough. They came out tough.
They came out tough. I think to neutralize that and to kind of help Dak get into a better rhythm, because y'all only completed less than 60% of y'all passes.
It was like 54%.
Yeah, and then only had 77 yards rushing. You not
because they took away the stupid shit that the Cowboys do, which is that little 2-yard out to Dalton Schultz. They took that away. For the life of me, I do not understand when you have a team that's blitz heavy like the 49ers. Why would you not install a wide receiver screen or a tight end screen or a halfback screen? Why would you not instill that in your game plan? The Cowboys ran not one screen play yesterday at all. Not one. Like, okay, you have a week to prepare for this shit.
But who do you like? Who was it? Just a failure on all parts, or is it?
It's fair. That was a total 100% failure, Zoe, on everybody.
Yeah, but listen, you entitled to come out and not be your best self, right? However, if you know a team is gonna come down here and run it down your throat, right? And then they come down here and do it in the playoffs. You supposed to be a playoff squad going against a playoff squad. To me, that's kind of unacceptable, man. So the mistakes they made, got it. That's undisciplined football. The fact that they couldn't run the ball and then they couldn't stop the run is what I'm pointing to the most. I'm like, man, how? Like, if you could have played better defense, maybe they didn't score so many points. And then by the time you got your offense going,
you just get off the field on third, Melvin. If you just get off the field on third down and give the offense the ball back, you cannot let a team go 10 for 13 on third down and think you're gonna win.
Yeah, that's
tough.
Period.
It would be.
You can't do that.
10 for 17.
But still,
you can't do it. 10 for 17 is still fantastic. I'll take that shit all day.
Absolutely.
Over 50%. I mean, more than likely you're going to
you're not gonna win.
Better
I don't give a damn. Listen, and there is so much. Listen, there was so much stupid shit yesterday that put them in position, like where they had positions to win, like that stupid ass play where they put the punter in as the slot receiver.
What was that?
Who does that?
What was that?
And then they do this whole thing because Arizona did it to them and they fell for it. So they tried to do it to San Francisco, and San Francisco was like, do y'all think we're fucking stupid? You know what I'm saying? And then they come, so then they do this big ass shift, right? And that's on third and two. Then that backs them up to 3rd and 7, and then they get a false start penalty that puts them at 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
3rd and 12. Who does this?
Yeah, he make a good point, man. You come out in the playoffs and you bat on both sides of the ball, and not just both sides, special teams too. Yeah, special teams too.
It was
like, man, there was so, man, it looked like a group of players that did not have a plan. Like, we just gonna go out here and wing it. It's like you running plays in the playground, and like, I got this dude that I know can get open, right? And they take that dude away, right? It's because he just keeps running 9. So they start sending the safeties back. Well, why ain't he open no more? Run a damn slant. They didn't even throw a slant yesterday.
Do something.
You know what I'm saying? If you're running, like, it's like on that last play where Dak lobbed the ball up to Cedric Wilson and he tripped over his own feet and didn't make the catch, right? Why should he even be in that position? It is a 0 blitz, no coverage. That's all man, right? Why would you not have a slant call to Amari Cooper?
At least one. That's true. Especially
why? Why not? Why not have something? You see this blitz is coming. Why would you not have? You can run everybody else on 9s just in case it's not a blitz, right? Just in case they back off in the coverage and they cover that slant, right? Then we'll improvise after that. Why would you call 9s for everybody? That makes no sense.
That's crazy.
Well, Corey, during the regular season, wasn't the way they was play calling, wasn't this stuff working?
No, it was totally different because they had plays. They were running screens at the beginning of the season. They were running quick slants. I don't know where this new offense came from. I have no idea.
You know what I think it was? They maybe tried to come to the playoffs, and because everybody's looking at film. Everybody's looking at film. You got a whole week to prepare for it. And maybe came out and said, okay, we're going to do some things that they hadn't seen us do before. And they weren't even good at it.
Cash tripping me out talking all this shit and the Saints didn't even make the playoffs. I'm not even entertaining that. But go ahead.
What do you say?
Him and Floyd have been talking. The Eagles got blown out yesterday. Like, what even gives you the opportunity to talk? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so confused by that. Get a horse in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody in the fight. Then we can talk about it. You're not even in the fight. Yeah, you're not even in the fight.
They was. Y'all went home the same week. Y'all went to y'all both
and I'm cool with that. I mean, at least we fought a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Eagles didn't even fight. They just said, "Fuck, we beat." Fuck it. Kick off.
I did not.
We just gonna come out here and have fun. I did.
Hey, I know
you see how the Cowboys beat them?
Yeah.
Chris, what's up?
Man, listen. So,
Chris, I saw what you said earlier too. What you posted, and we could talk about it too, about the fish eating. We could talk about that.
Listen, so that's what. Okay, so Dallas, I watched the game because I really had a ill will against San Francisco. I wanted Dallas to get back. So I'm watching the game, and yes, there was some bad play calling. The O-line was bad. There was a lot of hesitancy from Dak when letting that ball go, which contributed to a lot of those sacks, the little jittery pump fakes, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just you go through your progression, you see nobody's there, get rid of the ball. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of issues that Dallas had.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that's killing me, and nobody is really talking about it, is how bad the officiating crew was. There's two plays in my head that live in rent free. And I
can give you.
I think it was the fake punt. It was right after the fake punt, and it was one of those plays. But the referee was standing on the ball and caused the delay of game.
Yes. So he held the official.
That's funny.
The Cowboys run up to the line of scrimmage on first down. They run up to the line of scrimmage. That gets everybody starts calling out his progression. Umpire has to touch the ball. Right. He has to touch the ball. He touches the ball, and then he goes behind the center and stands there and holds his hand out to Dak. The play clock goes down to 10. Dak is looking at the official clapping his hand.
3.
Right. Dak is looking at the official telling him to move out of the way. He looks at Dak and says, relax. Yeah. And Dak is pointing at the play clock like this. The play clock goes down to 3. He looks up at the play clock, backs away. Dak don't get the snap off in time, and he calls. And they call a delay a game.
The same.
They call delay.
I lost my shit when I saw that because I'm like, because I know sometimes the ref, they got to stand there to allow for substitution. But nobody on San Francisco's side moved. Nobody got off the field. So what are you standing there for? There's no substitution. Dallas is set. San Francisco ain't going nowhere. Get out the way. And that kind of it messed up a lot because then right after that, I think there was another penalty that sent them back a little bit further. So that was on the same first and 10. Drive. It was first and 15, and it was like first and 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
It just went from bad to worse. And I was like, yo, does nobody see this? And then that very same ref, right? So when Dak decided to do that dumbass QB draw, right? If you in a hurry up, right? I know that the ref has to touch the ball, and then whatever, right? But if you're the ref that has to touch the ball, why are you 35 yards behind the play?
Yeah, and didn't I say that? I was thinking the same thing. I was like, hey man, they were officiating. It's 35 on Madden.
I will combat this to say this just because I understand stupid ass rules about football. At the 2-minute warning, if there's a 2-minute warning in games, there's no 2-minute warning in high school, there's no 2-minute warning in college, so it's only in the NFL, right? At the 2-minute warning, the umpire shifts to the defensive side of the ball. He shifts to the defensive side of the ball at the 2-minute warning, strictly to place the ball, just in case a situation like that occurs, where offense is hurrying, so he can place the ball faster. Because it's not like college where you get a first down, the clock doesn't start until the ball is set.
Yeah, until they move the chains.
So he's there. He didn't shift.
No, Corey. He ran from 35 yards behind Dallas.
No,
I know that.
I know
that.
I know that. He said
I know that.
I know that. Okay.
I know that.
So all that stuff was questionable. I think I even seen a couple of holding calls.
So listen, I posted on. I posted.
Thank you. Because the first touchdown that San Francisco scored,
Brandon Ayuk tackled Ayuk tackled Micah Parsons. Tackled him.
Man, they said that officiating crew will not referee no more than playoffs.
Yes, they did say that the San Francisco Dallas officials won't official in the playoffs anymore as well. They said that today.
Really?
Yes.
So why is this becoming a thing? Why is this? If you
because they get bonuses. You know what I'm saying? It's extra money for them. So if you show up and don't do good, it's more guys waiting. So.
Yeah. So this is
all coming out after the fact, after these calls very well could have changed the game, because I feel like we all know football is definitely a momentum sport. If you got the momentum, you got things happening on offense, defense, special teams, everything is starting to go your way, right? If it's a fairly fair game to a certain point where anybody could take it, you know what I'm saying? But then here comes a bad call or two. Like, for instance, I'll take it back to NFC Championship, Rams versus Saints. The PI that was never called.
Right. I didn't see no PI.
No, that officiating crew was relieved of their duties.
Well,
the same they did to those fine gentlemen.
Before we get to the 49ers and talk about what they did do that was good, just one last word from Corey as a Cowboys fan. I just want to know what it felt like to have these boys actually play up to their potential all season long, to get to the first round and get their cheeks blasted by a squad that wasn't even supposed to be in the playoffs. Like they had to be disappointed.
To be honest though, yeah, it was very disappointing. But it was. I mean, you can't come out and lay an egg, and then you can't come out and play just undisciplined football. Like what Chris said though, right? If the officiating is gonna be tight, it's got to be tight throughout. Because there were 3 or 4 holding calls that, and I'm just sitting. Yeah, and I'm just talking to my brother, and he's like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Bro, like I don't know." You know what I mean? Like there was on the Fred Warner touchdown, there was a holding call. There was a bad hold. That was like a third.
At the bar that I was at, there was Niners fans who were telling my homeboy, who's a Dallas fan, "Thank you for them holding calls." Or them holding calls that were bad, and then the holding calls that Dallas didn't get.
Yeah,
like man, listen, and it's just, and I don't know what it is. Like there, and there's a whole bunch of chat about undisciplined football and all that stuff, and I agree, and I agree, and the head coach is responsible for that. Yeah, because there's no accountability. There's nothing that's going to happen. Like I'll give you this instance: 3rd and 6 twice. Randy Gregory gets called for a defensive holding penalty on a run play. I have never seen that in my life. A defensive holding on a run play, and he did it twice in one game.
I lost my shit on those.
Yeah,
like come on, man, that's just stupid.
And Jiffy Cornbread was out there jiffy and cornbreading up. So You had that too.
So everybody know that I'm a Chiefs fan. Everybody knows that. My brother is a Niners fan, and he told me to let everyone know. He said something about bang bang Niner gang. I don't know what that means. He said it ain't about what Dallas didn't do. It's about what them Niners did do. I don't know what that means.
Let's talk about what they did do. They did run the heck out of their football. I give them that.
Debo showed up to the game as Debo.
He did
on a bike.
I saw that.
Did you see him? He rode a bike.
Yeah.
And then played up to his name. He took whatever he wanted.
Hey, I know if I was Debo's son or daughter, I would be tweeting him right now. Hey, cut that check. They better have a copyright on that. they better have a copyright on that.
Hey, man, first of all,
they're gonna have to pay
Debo Zeus first. Yeah, y'all gotta remember he was Zeus first.
He was Zeus first.
Yeah, he was. And Ice Cube might be getting that check for that Debo though.
Probably.
So Ice Cube I have a question.
I'm listening to you.
So, and because like I said, I was actually rooting for the Cowboys, man. But when the Niners started the season, they were doing very bad. It was like this season's over with. Scrap it. Get ready for next year. Then they started developing Debo to do these weird wide receiver things as a running back, and then Elijah Mitchell started breaking out. So for like the second half of the season, they was established in the run game because Jimmy G can't throw a bucket of water into the ocean off the side of the boat, but they was winning because they was running, right? Now it shouldn't.
Well,
oh damn.
Oh,
alrighty then.
Hey,
I think Mel internet went down right quick, man. We'll be back with the caller in a second. In fact, time's up.
Same shit.
Here we go. Can you get him back on so he can finish his question?
He was.
Chris, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, repeat it again.
Okay.
I had cut you off a little bit. Repeat the last part.
Oh, where did I cut off at?
You said the Niners been established in the run game for the last half of the season. That's the last thing I heard, bro.
Okay, so I was like, that's how they got into the playoffs by beating the Rams with the run game. So I just wanted to know, like, from your standpoint, what do you think if it was the defensive coordinator or if it was Mike McCarthy as to why the defense didn't prepare for San Francisco to run?
Okay, so I'm okay with 170 yards rushing as long as you don't throw for 300 and get 178 yards rushing. I'm cool with that, right? Because we know San Francisco is going to run the ball. That's cool. As long as you don't throw the ball all over the field, then that's okay. You can give up one, you just can't give up both. You know what I mean? That's a recipe for disaster. My reason that I would say Mike McCarthy is because of the undisciplined play, the penalties, the defense penalties. The 4 times that you let them off the hook when you stop them on third down, but you get a dumbass penalty that gives them a first down. That is instilled in the offseason, in training camp, in the regular season, and throughout the playoffs, however long you play. And as soon as you get done, you go right back to the same thing. Like Jimmy,
is that undisciplined, or is that undisciplined, or is that I'm the coach and I want you guys to go out there and play hard?
I think it's undisciplined because you can play hard and play discipline.
See, hey, by the way, real quick, Seahawks fired Ken Norton Jr.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Trust
me,
me,
that was coming.
Trust me, that's gonna be the next guy for the Cowboys. And I don't know how the hell that's gonna work either. But the way. Because Dan Quinn gonna be the coach of the he's definitely gonna get that job.
Let's finish the last take on Cowboys. Talk about what we think the 49ers did good real quick, and then we'll move to the next game.
Go ahead. But to finish what I was saying, Chris, real quick. there's no accountability for the Cowboys. If Randy Gregory commits these penalties, he's not coming off the field. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in his face. Like Bruce Arians, like they got into a little scuffle on the sideline. You see Bruce Arians run over there and pop that dude in the back of his head. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is a playoff game. Get your ass. There's nobody doing it. Mike McCarthy just standing there looking, like, well, looking up at the damn big ass screen, like, well, you know what I mean? Like, there's no accountability.
I hear you.
And who joining the Ramley?
Nobody. Bruce Arians should have got smacked in the face. Don't come on the field and hit me in my helmet. I don't care who you are.
I know, man. Hey, you know what?
College stuff.
No
I probably would have retaliated.
No comment.
I probably would have been like, "Hey, man, what the fuck is you doing? I'll get you right, but okay." Don't call AB.
Anything left to say about the 49ers before we move on? We might as well.
I'll tell you what the 49ers did, man. They used their personnel well. Debo's the best thing they got on the offense, and Jimmy G's the worst thing they got on the offense. So they just really tried to take the ball out of Jimmy G's hand by handing it off. He can't go interception if he handing it off.
It's not a bad formula to go. It's not a bad formula to go into Green Bay with. I tell you that.
No.
I'll say this though.
It's the formula you don't have to use.
They can.
Which brings me to my boogum pick of the week.
San Francisco can run for 300 yards, but if Nick Bosa does not clear that concussion protocol,
it's gonna be a long day. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that they did that was so smart, and I noticed it. The first play, the Cowboys had the ball right on the first drive. Nick Bosa came around the outside, and Lael Collins put his hand on his back and just shoved him face first into the ground. Mm-hmm. What they started doing was twisting Nick Bosa into Connor Williams, and Connor Williams was like lost. He just standing there looking, and I'm talking about he lifted Connor Williams off the ground one time and just threw him to the side. And Dak was just back there running. You see them little Gray Jordans just going crazy, trying to get away.
That's what happened to them cool.
Yeah, man. I'm like, come on, man. Like, damn, like y'all don't see this coming. Yeah, they was hard, but they didn't move hard. They didn't move fast enough. Five times they didn't move fast enough.
Well, let's move to the Rams game since we got payo time in here. And by the way, payo, I'm already joined the Ramley. I wouldn't call it the Ramley. I'm on the bandwagon with this year. I'm a Stafford guy.
Let's talk about Matthew Stafford.
Man,
he is the guy I have been telling everybody that he is, but nobody wanted to believe it because he plays for the Lions.
Speak on it then. It ain't like he did a whole lot. Well, hold on. Listen, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, he did enough. He did enough. He didn't make huge mistakes. I give you that.
He was efficient. Had over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw for 2, ran for 1. No turnovers. What does he need to do? 450, 5 touchdowns, a perfect passer rating.
Hey, you could tell what he had to do. You could tell he wanted that win, man. Where he getting them wheels from? That man was scrambling.
Exactly what you just said, LaCour.
You said what? Jay?
Only certain guys can do that.
Oh my God!
400 plus 5 TDs.
Hey, this is what everybody was talking about, man. What kind of Achilles tear did Cam Akers had?
Man, listen, that's what I'm so.
Man, listen, they said the surgeon said that his Achilles looked like the end of the end of a rubber band or something. Like it was just in shreds. Like what did he say?
Said the surgeon said putting his Achilles back together was like putting 2 ends of a mop together.
Yeah, like putting 2 ends of a mop together. Man, ain't no way. That dude had a little bitty tear in his Achilles. Like you're not finna tell me that because that dude that day.
That type of Achilles.
They have put on the screen because they was talking about it. They was like Cam Akers towards Achilles, blah blah blah, made his season debut 173 days after tearing his Achilles. It took Klay Thompson a year and a half for the same
he doesn't
injury.
Contact sport.
And
man, listen,
say it again, bro. Listen, and then Cam Akers got that ball and was running through holes like black people through Kardashian.
He sent Buda Baker to the hospital.
Whoa. Listen, I'm not gonna say that the man on PEDs. But what I will say.
Come on, Jay. Don't do that. Don't take
I ain't gonna say the man on PEDs. What I will say is Mr. Miyagi did that same thing to him that he did to Danielson.
Mm-hmm. It had to be. It had to be.
Listen, I know sports medicine is a wonderful and incredible thing, but I even made a post on Facebook. I was like, his sports medicine got to have some magic in it because ain't no way, boy. Ain't no fucking way.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just chalk it up to it was a small tear that they over, it probably I gave it the comparison to when KD first got hurt. When KD first got hurt, and it was like maybe it's a calf, and everybody was like, nah, that's his Achilles, and he rehabbed for like 4 weeks. I think KD at that point had a small tear that a doc told him that he can play on. And then he had a complete tear when he came back for the game against Toronto. I think Cam Akers had a small tear that he could have played
partial
on.
Tear.
Yeah, but it was like, nah, let's just go ahead and get you in surgery. And that's the only thing I can think of.
Clean that up, and then you'll be ready if y'all make it to the playoffs.
And he never said which two ends of the mouth. It was the stick, two different sticks.
Yeah. That LeBron, that LeBron medicine is show enough. PEDs, but
we can't allege.
Listen,
can't say that.
Listen, Cam Akers
allegedly
probably got the same. Cam Akers got the same people that LeBron paid $1 billion a year for, and the same people that cured Magic Johnson together.
I hear they get all their work done at Balco.
Hey, you remember Balco? Hey.
Yeah.
Hell no, they ain't still open. Boy, Balco got everybody hemmed up. Balco got baseball hemmed up.
Yeah, Balco had everybody snitching.
But as good as the Rams did play, and how good we realized that OBJ wasn't the problem in Cleveland. Arizona also played a terrible fucking game.
Arizona played a horrible game, but man, I'm glad Odell got some balls thrown his way. I'm glad he got in the end zone. I mean, we can pause or we can play either. I mean, he did get balls thrown his way. I mean, so
pause.
What that man does with his free time is none of my business.
Right, that's play. That's play for sure.
But it's crazy. It's crazy because even the commentators was like, I guess Odell wasn't the problem.
Like, I mean, but who thought he was? Who thought he was the problem though?
As a receiver, you can't catch any balls not thrown to you.
Facts.
So he getting 4 targets a game.
Unless he get tipped, and you just happen to be a immaculate receiver.
Hey, yeah. I mean, you can clearly see that Odell is not an issue. Odell say he bigger, stronger, and faster than ever, and I believe him.
He darker too. I don't know when that happened.
The man.
How do you not want to use that if you Baker Mayfield?
Because
maybe it's just the fact that he don't got the ability to do it. Odell is.
I'm not disagreeing.
How many times have you seen Baker check down to the 3rd and 4th option? It wasn't really Baker.
95%.
Nah, them be the first option. It be plays where the tight end is the first option, or the running back in the flat is the first option. They didn't have many plays drawing up where Odell was the first option.
Listen,
so whatever the first option is, that's what Baker's doing.
Jay, we've talked about.
I mean, we can go back to numerous times that his daddy posted.
Yeah,
it's true. Like his daddy pointed out. We can go back, but his daddy didn't do nothing but point out the obvious. I mean, it's shit that we see all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are flying down the field, you got to do running down the field. If I have Odell Beckham in one-on-one coverage, I'm throwing the football.
Give him a chance to
make
a play.
I'm throwing the ball. because and it's like Baker, and then Odell. I don't think it had to be something that happened internally, right? It had to be like, hey man, like if I'm 1-on-1, throw me the damn ball. Like I don't, I just throw me the ball. And then Baker Mayfield's like, okay, asshole, I'm not finna throw you the ball. But it makes you look stupid because you had this weapon, right? That clearly was on your squad. He goes to another team, and now he is showing his naked ass.
And let me ask y'all a question. Hold on, Chris. Let me ask y'all a question. I want Zoe to answer this first, though.
Okay.
Remember, we kept saying, why is Stafford throwing deep and keep missing Odell, and why he not, why is his deep throws to Odell he missing? Why is he throwing those picks? He was throwing like 2 picks a game. It seemed like every time he was trying to get to Odell. But is it better for your quarterback to say, okay, we're not on the same page yet, but I'm gonna keep going to you, even if it makes me look bad and I throw a pick, versus saying I'm not going to throw to you because I don't think it'd be successful? And then, how do you think Odell felt when he was like, dang man, this dude keep trying to hook up with me down low, not down low, and pause, hook up with me down the field.
He keeps man, hook up with me down low is crazy.
Hook up with me down low. Okay.
Wait. I think he was thinking, at least he's trying to hit me, and every time he goes to me, it turns into a.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Everything you said now, I don't like it. All
right. Okay. He's trying to throw me footballs down the field, and he forcing it. I gotta come through for him. Like, is that's this stuff? You know what? Just answer the question, though. Just answer the question.
I know what you're
saying. You messed that one all up.
Hey, Mel, once you went down that rabbit hole, that was it.
And then it took me 5 minutes to get it out. Look, it took me 5 minutes to get it out, man. And I could, you know what? Go ahead,
it definitely means more to a receiver if a quarterback is really saying, okay, we don't have the chemistry yet, clearly, because they didn't have it. He was throwing picks every time he tried to, connect with Odell for, deep passes every single time. But when you continuously got a talent like that at wide receiver and a talent like that at quarterback, they're going to get on the same page. It takes those reps. He came in the middle of the season.
He showed up mid-season, yeah.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it was training camp.
Yeah.
But here's my question for you, Zoe, just to kind of piggyback off of Melvin's question.
Okay.
Was it that all of a sudden they started hitting the pass, right? Or was it just that Arizona made it that simple? Because it wasn't like he was covered. Odell was wide ass open.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You might have a point there because Arizona, I don't know what it was.
I don't know what they was doing.
The opposite of how they looked for the majority of the season. Like Kyler Murray.
That's how they looked at the end of the season. The whole end of the season, bro. They lost like 3 of their last 4.
Yeah.
Did anybody
defense we thought was all world the first 3 weeks? As soon as JJ Watt went down, it changed, and then Kyler Murray went down, and and then the whole team changed, and then Hopkins went down. I thought Hopkins was gonna play last game. Did y'all see Hopkins?
I did too. He was not on the sideline. Well, he was on the sideline in a hoodie.
Street clothes.
They said the commentators that said that D-Hop had an MCL tear.
And they kind of lied about it. They told us it was what, a hamstring?
I forgot.
They are never gonna tell you. They are never gonna tell you what the actual injury is. They're not gonna do it.
Especially that. It's just not a tear of a major muscle.
Because did anybody see the graphic that they put up of the team with Hopkins and the team without Hopkins?
No.
It was like with D-Hop they were like 7-1 or 7-2, and without him they were 3-5 or something like that. And the points per game was down by 10. It was damn. I didn't realize Hopkins was that. I knew he was crucial, but I was like, damn.
I mean, he's a top 3 receiver. Any team that got one of those top 3 guys, whether it be Adams, Hopkins,
think about it,
or Cooper Kupp, if they lose either one of those, it's gonna change that offense a whole lot, no matter who their quarterback is. And then on top of that, just to answer what y'all said, Arizona was doing on defense and Odell Beckham was so wide open. It's because they was determined not to let Cooper Kupp catch anything early.
Yeah, it makes it keeps the rest of the defense out. Honest,
right,
having that talent.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm saying is that I'm giving up a 5-yard out before I give that up.
They must have seen something that they thought that they could beat them if Kupp didn't get off, and I guess they really thought Odell wasn't going to be ready. I'm not single covering Odell like that. I don't give a damn if Cooper Kupp is on the other side.
But see,
I'm not finna do it.
What happened, Jay?
You gotta think about.
You good, Jay?
What happened, Jay?
I was trying to see if it counts. Nah, this Florida State shot a it was late. Shot a 3-pointer from 3/4 court on Duke.
Yeah.
And I mean, all that, like he didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
But it was late.
Hey Chris, let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and get this phone closed so we can move through these topics, because we mess around and keep talking about this same thing if we keep you on real quick. Call back though.
All
right, bro.
Right.
Yep.
All right, Chris.
What game's next? Oakland? Vegas, excuse me.
That was.
I mean, it's really no. I mean, I know you want to talk about Kansas City, but there's nothing to talk about. I mean,
no, there he is.
It's really not.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Jay, and this is just a general question about the play where Joe Burrow rolled out, came close to the sideline, threw the ball in the end zone for the touchdown, right? And the whistle blew right as he was catching the ball. Did you see that as a big deal?
I seen it as a good excuse for Vegas, but I mean the ball was in the air when the whistle blew. Like
he was open
anyway.
Yeah, he was open. He wasn't finna stop it. The corner that was standing right there by Waller when he caught, not Waller. My bad. The tight end for Higbee. Is it Higbee? Yeah, standing right there by Higbee when he caught the pass. Right. He gave up on the play because the play was over. He was already beat.
Look, I get what common sense is. Right, we can talk about what, hey man, common sense is that play shouldn't even matter, right? But the referees pride themselves on getting the right call based on what the rule book says. And I seen it in a basketball game last week where Sacramento was playing, I want to say the Lakers, and someone shot a free throw from the Lakers and everybody got back. Nobody tried to rebound. And I want to say it was maybe 10 seconds left before the half, maybe, right? Okay. And De'Aaron Fox saw that the clock had started running before, like the rebound hit the rim and it was coming down, and De'Aaron Fox saw that the clock had already started running before he touched it. So instead of him grabbing the ball, he let it hit the floor and pointed to the referees like, hey, the clock, right? And then the referees blew the whistle and was like, let me check the clock. They went to the replay and was like, oh, the clock did start running too early. However, when we stopped the play, you never touched the ball, so no one had possession. So by rule, it's a jump. No, it was either a jump ball or they just gave the ball to the Lakers. And I'm like, what in the heck? It was a crucial play too, but did it right by the rules.
By the rules in the I keep saying Oakland, in that Vegas game, the play should have been restarted. It should have been, that play should have been, it was whistle dead, bring it on back. But Cincinnati folks at home, dude, they would have lost their stuff. You hear me?
Yeah.
That because they have killed them referees. Stone him.
They showed it. I think they showed the replay of it, and they broke it down like by the whistle, and they were trying to stop it frame by frame. And the ball was like here when the whistle blew, like it hadn't hit his hands yet. So therefore, it should have been, the play should have been restarted.
Yeah. That's what should have happened then.
But
so they got a legitimate gripe. So they got that in the tuck rule.
Yeah. Now,
right.
But on the Kansas City game, I'll say, did y'all watch the game?
I did.
I watched the first. What was it? While it appeared that it was going to be a competitive game, I think the first quarter.
Yeah, like our first.
Hey, Jay, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna just say this because I'm gonna shut up for this segment. And I just gotta be honest. I love you and we friends, but I honestly watched it until I knew Pittsburgh didn't have a chance. Like once I knew that Kansas City was gonna win, I was like, "There's no point." This is not entertaining to me. What's entertaining to me is watching them lose. Even if they win at the end, I just want to see them sweat. And once they start doing Kansas City like things, I'm out.
Yeah, because we know how.
If you really look at it, they said it's a 11-minute span of game time. What Pat just started cooking.
It was
because it was punt. We fumbled somehow. Your boy
scored. Yeah. Exactly. I agree.
And that scoop and score made Pat say, "You know what? Nah, not at my house."
I loved every second of that scoop and score.
Listen, I
hated every second, and I love what it brought.
Ben
in and then did all kinds of Kansas City stuff.
Ben Roethlisberger was getting rid of the ball in 1.3 seconds.
And still on the run for his life.
Man, that man was
running. How about that?
He was terrible. He just can't move, and he was having to move. Like it sucks.
But look, while the game was still 0-0, and even after the scoop and score, I think Johnson had between that span 3 drops.
2
on crucial third downs.
Yeah, it was 2 drops. They both was on third.
I'm like, man, come on, man. This is the biggest game you ever played in, and he putting the ball right in your hands. Come on, man, catch the ball.
Yes,
he did.
Shit the bed.
He did, man.
Shit the bed. And then
what happened? Kelvin did his thing.
Yeah, once Kansas City start cooking, man, it's hard for anybody to stop them.
Look, and then even after they start cooking, it's 14-7. They get the ball back with like a minute and a half left before the half, right? You got to hold them at least to a field goal. If you're gonna let them score, hold them to a field goal, right? They throw this simple pass to a tight end, and I see him outrun a safety and a corner like he was Randy Moss. I'm like, hold on, how he burned him like that?
And it was in slow motion. He burnt them running very slow.
almost like they weren't even running full speed.
Almost like they didn't want that smoke.
Yeah. And then they get the ball right back after kickoff. I mean, after halftime, and scored another touch. By that time, that was 28-7.
Yeah,
and you can go ahead and
you can cancel Christmas on that. They ain't got no high-powered offense. Come on, man.
Wrap.
Yeah.
They played. That shovel pass was nasty though. That was a nasty play.
Hey, that McKinnon dude is okay.
Jared McKinnon.
Jared McKinnon was straight in. He was straight in Minnesota.
Injuries.
Yeah, them injuries are tough.
He always had that track speed on the football field. Like
he's a viable back though.
Yeah.
As a Kansas City fan and a realist, I told you guys at the beginning of the playoffs. That was one team that I was worried about.
Buffalo.
And they come
still got
this week.
You still got to worry about Buffalo, yeah.
Hey, you know what? That might have been the most dominant performance of the weekend. Because man, I definitely didn't think that.
Josh Allen, man.
Listen to me carefully.
I'm listening.
I don't know. Period. I don't know.
You don't know, and that's scary.
Listen,
that's a tough game.
The last time we seen them, he was throwing bombs over Darren Sorensen to tight ends. They beat the shit out of us in Arrowhead this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I will tell you, and this is what I've been saying. I've been talking about this in groups all day, everything. If you look at his 5 touchdown passes, even the rollout pass, right, where he just stopped on the sideline and just took like 2 steps back and just lobbed the ball up in the air, right? That dude threw from a clean pocket all night long. They neutralized Judon. I was like, damn, like I'm talking about he's standing back there like a statue.
They got
just
the best offensive line in the league.
bro. I was like, damn, this dude is clean. Like they wasn't even coming close to him.
Yeah, they
like if they were, if they was playing in the mud, like the linemen's jerseys are dirty, and this dude is perfectly blue and white. His pants are clean because that pocket was clean.
Even when he got outside the pocket, man, he was making people miss left and right. Like,
bro, yeah.
Listen to me.
They are clicking.
Ingram, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, linebackers.
Somebody.
Yeah,
y'all,
it's not.
Please.
It's not gonna be that. I don't think it's gonna be that clean against Kansas City. I don't, because that defense is hot.
If Kansas City want to win, they have
you're gonna have to put something on him because you can't let him stand back there like a statue.
I feel like we win this one. But I wouldn't. Heart pick is Kansas City easy. Head pick.
Woo! Say it.
Kansas City still.
Oh, okay.
But it like, dude.
Is it gonna be a shootout or is it gonna be an ugly game? I almost feel like y'all gotta make it ugly.
No. We stand a better chance of winning with points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugly games, 10-7. Nah, that ain't us. Well, oh no.
Yeah, y'all can't do that.
We needed 35-28. We need numbers.
Yeah.
The team that makes the most that turns the ball over the most will lose. And it has to be Buffalo. So my second booking pick of the week, the first one was the 49ers will upset Green Bay. And my second booking pick of the week is
that's crazy. That's a big one right there, Jay.
Kansas City is gonna win. I gotta pick us. Hey Slim, run my 50, bro.
I mean, that's not a bold. That's not a bold prediction, man. Like that. Like
I don't know if it's not bold. I don't know if it's not bold.
You want a bold prediction?
Listen, you can't say that's not
over Tennessee.
I don't know.
Cincinnati over Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I think
You need another bold pick.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's going home courtesy of the Rams. Book it.
I'm not so sure the NFL is gonna let that happen.
Now Corey, you might have said something right then.
Yeah.
Corey,
I'm not so sure the NFL will let that happen.
Rams over Bucks. I take Rams over Bucks too. Jay, I might.
Listen. I'm
with you.
I'm with you. I'm with y'all. I listen. I want the Rams to beat Tom Brady. I'm just not so sure that the National Football League and if Roger Goodell is at that game, if he is at that game, the Tampa Bay will win, guaranteed. But I think Derrick Henry, they activated his big ass, so he gonna see some carries. I hope he look like Cam Akers. I hope he do.
Yeah, you better hope he do too, because
the
one thing I don't want to see. I mean, you miss that much time, you're not going to. Well, maybe Derrick Henry a robot, but I just don't know if he's going to look. Yeah, Cam Akers missed a lot of time too and came back and looked like he played last week. But
hey, Zoe, and quiet as kept. Hold on, Eric Weddle didn't look bad last night either.
I'm telling you, stem cell. They all talking to LeBron doctor.
It's an LA thing.
They all talking to LeBron's doctor. But yeah, man. Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's a good question, bro.
I don't want him to. I think this might be the end of him too. But you make a great point, Corey. The NFL might let him do this thing that he likes to do again. Maybe he'll retire if they let him win again.
Now, I think honestly, I think if the NFL gets their way, then the passing of the torch moment has to happen, where Mahomes beats Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's the money. That's the money Super Bowl too.
Yeah, and you have to, like, if you are going to overcome the NFL wanting that to happen, like the Rams are going to have to throttle them from the very beginning, where the referees can't get involved in it.
Exactly.
if it is one of those things where it's 7-7, you know what I'm saying, going into halftime or something like that, you can forget it.
Yeah, forget about it. I
mean, and really, NFL wanted that feel good moment last year, but Tampa Bay came out there and said, "Not on my watch."
Yeah. And you know, like y'all had a lot of things going on with that depleted O-line and stuff. Like, you know, it's hard to play quarterback from your ass. That's a tough position. That's a tough place to play it from.
It might be impossible.
Yeah.
He tried though.
He tried his best.
His receiver said
he tried his damnedest.
The receivers was like, "Nah, he sacked." Ball hit him in the head.
It is hard to play quarterback from your ass. I don't like anybody going into Green Bay. I don't, because for one, and it's just the obvious, like, you have these indoor teams that, man, you are used to prime weather conditions, and the weather is going to be like 4 degrees. It is going to be terrible. Yeah. Guaranteed.
You ain't used to.
And if that's something that you don't do, I don't worry about receivers like OBJ. He played in New York. He used to that shit. He's running around in short sleeves and that shit. Yeah, he used to that.
He can play anywhere. The LA guys,
the
LA guys,
the
real LA guys, I don't think they'll be able. I mean, Lambos.
Aren't we at the point in like technology where every city should have an indoor stadium?
I believe so. I think
haven't we reached that point now?
Yes, definitely.
Listen, if you play in California or Florida, right? Okay, I get it. You understand what I'm saying? But if you in Buffalo or Green Bay, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Yeah. Like Buffalo is building this new state-of-the-art stadium. The Giants just built this $1 billion stadium, right? Outdoors. Right? Mm-hmm. So they were like, let's have a cold weather Super Bowl. NFL did that shit one time. They'll never do that shit again. It's terrible.
It's ridiculous. Nobody wants to suffer. Like, they come here and suffer with us, except for the fans, apparently, in Buffalo, because they psycho. But y'all see
Buffalo. Yeah, with no shirt on, man.
I think they sniff paint chips in Buffalo. I mean, the Bills Mafia be out like it's not cold.
Hey, that is the rowdiest group of fans ever known. Like, they are wild.
Because even them guys in Lambeau be cold as shit.
Yes.
Them guys in Lambeau, they be like, yeah, it's cold, but we love the Packers. Go Cheeseheads, whatever. Them guys in Buffalo don't. They act like it's 75 and sunny.
Exactly. And that's
don't care.
They be out there with a toboggan and body paint on, and that's it.
Wilding.
My ears
like it's 80 degrees outside. Wilding. Like, what are you doing, man? But yeah,
you came out here without a shirt.
I want Kansas City to win, man, just because I'm a Patrick Mahomes dude. He's from Texas. You know what I'm saying? I love everything Texas. But if they let Buffalo play the way that they played New England, man, it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, that's
true. They got New England off the sticks real quick. They like the first, like when I saw,
they wiped them out.
They're like, it wasn't even a chance. Like, that Buffalo team. That's the Buffalo team that I remember. Those losses in the regular season to the Jaguars and all those 9-6 those games. I was actually questioning whether or not they was going to even make a run in the playoffs, but they got it together. They got it together.
I hope that 9-6 Buffalo team show up. The Arrowhead.
But my biggest question mark is the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Who knows? They play great defense. We all know that, right?
Absolutely.
But their offense was trash for about 2 or 3 weeks until they got Deontay Foreman going.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't understand why you don't bring Foreman in for the start, right? Because he's a big guy. He's running the ball well. Why you don't bring him in for the start and just bring Derrick Henry in slow? I think if you run that formula, I think you have a chance to win the game.
What is 2 second goats? What is that supposed to mean?
What happened? I missed it.
Now I'm asking Kaz. Kaz said he want Bengals and Packers 2 second goats.
Oh, he trying to call Joe Burrow GOAT.
Oh man, that's a little premature.
I mean, listen,
I like he's an LSU guy. Hey, Smoking Joe is cold.
Joe Burrow is cool.
And he keep it player all the time. And
I got 2 words for you, Greg Oden.
Okay.
Too early.
Tannehill gonna be the key to the Titans win. Hey, you know what? I hope not, because they might not win if he's the key.
Hey, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
You don't want Tannehill to be the X factor.
No, don't let the guy to decide. Not him.
No, because that's bad. Even with them wide receivers, is Julio gonna be back?
I don't know, man. Julio
done caught COVID 4 times this year.
Yeah, something was always wrong with him. Like I wanted to see. Like we have yet to see, and I don't even know what they're going to do at quarterback, because clearly, in my humble opinion, Ryan Tannehill is not the answer. You got too much talent around him to not have a better quarterback to possibly, and a good defense. You got those talent with a good defense and Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
But here's the thing, though. We have mentioned the 2 best quarterbacks in the league, and I don't know who's better at it, right? Tannehill or Baker Mayfield. I really don't know, but they are extremely good at doing 180s and handing the ball off to the running backs.
The best. They're the best. Top of the league, if you ask me.
Yes, absolutely. But please do not ask them to throw the ball.
The answer is Tannehill, because Baker ain't the best at nothing.
You gotta give it.
I agree, LaCour. I agree with you 100%. But Deontay Foreman been running the ball extremely well, man. Like, he has been running the ball well. He's another big body back. He's a 235, 240-pound cat. So they actually have 3 really good running backs. They do. It just depends. Well, 2.5. We don't know what Derrick Henry's gonna come back. Hopefully, he went to the same doctor. What Cam Akers went to. Mm-hmm. He went to the same doctor Cam Akers went to. Shit, he good. You can give him the ball 50 times.
Oh yeah. If he looks like Derrick Henry, let him. You're gonna give him the ball. However many times he wants.
Yeah. If he come out there in them leopard print shoes with the red bottom, you can forget it. It's over with.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Every time that cat wear them shoes, boy, he be rumbling. He come out in them, it's over.
Somebody said, Cass said Baker's the best at letdowns. Yep, that's
he's Cass, you right. Like man,
I'm not even sure he's the best at that. Dak got something to say about that.
Listen, Dak show did have a bad game. He picked the wrong time to have a bad one, bro. I
wasn't worried about that. I wasn't worried about that coming in.
I wasn't worried about Dak until I saw them getting home in the first quarter.
Yeah,
because I know Dak, once he started getting hit, he started getting happy feet.
Yeah,
and there's no quarterback that doesn't. The only quarterback in the NFL that I have ever seen play the sport that don't get happy feet when they get hit is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he moves.
I've seen Tom Brady look like trash. I've seen Matt Stafford look like trash. Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl didn't look good. You know what I mean? Like all of these quarterbacks, if the pass rush is getting home like that, like they don't look good. Aaron Rodgers is the only cat that I've seen where the pass rush is getting home and he still looks good. No fear.
He don't care. Aaron Rodgers
don't care about nothing.
Hey man, we can't hear you, bro.
Any man that makes $35 million a year and walk around with his hair looking like that, he don't give a shit about nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, I was wondering why every time I said something, nobody heard me, nobody responded. I had my mic muted. I've been over here spitting too.
I've been spitting. I just looked up and seen this.
hey, look.
Somebody in the room.
What I was saying is my Wi-Fi struggling bad over here, bro.
Is it?
My Wi-Fi.
You got a Madden? Yeah. You got a Madden tournament going on downstairs again?
It must be, man. It's struggling, bro. Do we keep recapping, or y'all ready to go ahead and predict these next games?
Hey, let's go.
Let's do it.
We can predict. Yeah.
Jay already started it, but we'll do it again just for
because y'all about to get mad. I'm about to change all them picks.
Here we go.
It ain't official until we make the pick.
We'll go with what y'all was just talking about with the Titans facing the Bengals, man. Man, the Bengals look like they found the formula to win, and they streaking. But Tennessee do got a run game. I don't know if Henry's playing yet, and then even if he is,
he's activated.
He's active. So
yeah. Bad news for somebody, but I would favor Joe Burrow. I think that dude got next. I favor him being able to do some damage, but I favor Vrabel as a coach, and I really think, man, they're gonna have a game plan better than what Cincinnati can come up with for them. And it's gonna be real close, but I'm gonna pick Tennessee.
I'm not mad at that. I actually think the same thing. I think kind of the same thing, but I think it'll be a close game. I think that there'll be some the contract, styles make fights, man. And I think that Vrabel defensively, I think he'll, like you said, he'll come up with some ways to try to stop him. He's a smart, exactly. He's a defensive mind. I think they'll come up with ways to stop, to slow down Burrow. I just think that if it comes down to Ryan Tannehill, which in the playoff, it comes down to quarterbacks a lot of the time. They have to make certain plays when it's third and short in a close game. And, they blitz in there. You're going to make the right decision. I don't trust him. I trust Burrow more now than I trust Tannehill. So I'm going to go Cincinnati by a field goal.
The thing of the matter is that Cincinnati can win this game. Vrabel will find a way to contain their high-powered offense, i.e., they're going to send the house often. I think the X factor may be Joe Mixon catching out the backfield.
Good point.
Yeah.
Big Daddy got big hands too. He can do it.
Only way Tennessee wins this game.
No need to pause. He said he got big hands. You know what they say about people with big hands? They wear big gloves.
You called them Big Daddy. Go ahead.
I know where you were going with that, but go ahead.
The only way Tennessee wins this game, Tannehill can't. He can't be relied like he can't be in his hands.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Cincinnati by touch.
Yeah. All right. Before you go, Corey, pause. Let me go ahead and address and then undress this dude with the comment right here. First of all, sir, I did not pick the Patriots last week. I picked Buffalo. All right. Go back and watch the show. Fast forward to about 1 hour and 32 seconds. And then listen to me say Buffalo. And then Slim said, I'm not picking Buffalo like we did last year. And I said, I'm still going with Buffalo. There you go, Kaz. I only missed one game last week. You missed 3. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh my God.
He did.
Cincinnati has less question marks than Tennessee.
O-line.
Yeah, and Tennessee is definitely gonna blitz the shit out of Joe Burrow.
Their O-line in the question mark. It's middle of the pack.
Yeah, it's decent. It's okay, right? But I think they neutralized Jamar Chase. He hasn't been double teamed all year.
That bracket cover, he ain't seen it.
I think they bracket cover him and make Joe Burrow go elsewhere. He's not very comfortable going elsewhere. He is extremely comfortable going to Chase. And if Derrick Henry is at 75%, which I don't think they would let him play if he wasn't at least 80, 85. Tennessee is going to win the game. Just if they can 1-2 punch them, you know what I mean? With Foreman and Derrick Henry, Tennessee will win the game.
Yeah, and when you add that, if their defense able to do some damage, and let's say they get on the board first, and then they defense
if Tennessee
run game just complement each other.
If Tennessee scores first, it's gonna be
y'all
tough.
got a good point, because what that run game does is it keeps Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase off the doggone field, so they can't score. Their defense. I'm not looking for their defense to score any points. So that's gonna be key. You're right.
I say Tennessee by 2 points.
I can dig it. We 50-50 on those. Me and Jay pick since this might be the game of the week then. This might be the game of the week.
I'm looking at a competitive game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because there's gonna be somebody might get knocked the hell out. Because they're gonna come at each other tough. But the thing about Tennessee is that if you play a game like that, like a slobber knocker game like that, man, that is right up their alley. They are cool with that. Yeah. Like, cool, let's do it. What's the next game in the AFC? Buffalo, Kansas City.
Those Arrowhead guys.
Man.
There you go last. I go first.
Damn.
If we thought Cincinnati and doggone Tennessee was a 50-50 split, I don't know who's going to win this game. I'm going to be real, but I'm going to pick somebody because, I ain't going to play both sides like that. We've seen throughout the season, just judging on sample size, we've seen both of these teams have extreme highs in this season and extreme lows to where we were questioning whether they would even be in the spots that they're in right now. That being said, they both look like they are ready for this matchup. I can say that. Now, Jay alluded to the matchup earlier in Arrowhead. It's very, very difficult to beat a good team twice like that. So I'm going to go with Kansas City. And I'm going to go with Kansas City by 2 touches.
Damn.
I'm going to go with Kansas City by 2 touches because I think that and while I'm bringing up, I did say it's tough to beat a good team twice. And all you got to do is ask Alabama about that. All you got to do is ask Alabama about that. And I forgot. See, I wasn't here last week. I wasn't here last week. I was a little under the weather, but all you got to do is ask Alabama. A good team, they learn from their mistakes. They lick their wounds. They go back and they come back and regroup, and they normally can get some get back when it comes to avenging that loss, especially in the big game. So I think Kansas City, who's been there before, I think they're gonna get the job done. I'm gonna say 2 touches. They're gonna pull away late.
Ooh. I dig it. I listen. Ooh. I don't have any problem with it. Like I said earlier, if they allow Buffalo and Josh Allen to stand clean in the pocket and get the ball down the field to those receivers, it's gonna be a tough day. But I don't think Kansas City is gonna allow them to do that. Kansas City by 10.
Mel, you go. I said Jay gonna go last, Mel. So what you think? What you think, Mel?
It's simple for me. Buffalo defense will hold the fort down. Jared Allen gets his legs. Goodbye, Kansas City.
Dang.
A big screen. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you ready for the big screen?
Well, I was on the fence. Could Kansas City do it? They don't want to see Buffalo. Buffalo's a really good team.
This is what you said last week you didn't want.
I said I didn't want it. But it ain't a championship if you can't beat the teams that you're not supposed to beat. If you can't do it in the tough games, I don't care who you're picking, Kaz. My booking pick of the week has changed.
Uh-oh.
Zoe gave me the confidence I need.
Yeah, Jay.
I'm picking.
Jay, before you do this, I just want you to know you're like 3 for 30 on your booking picks. Don't do this to your squad.
No, my booking pick last week was what? Niners over Cowboys.
You did. You said it.
That's one of the three.
I tell you what. I got more Pat Mahomes jerseys sitting in here than I care to count. But I'm going to count them anyway. And I see 2 of them. So I'm going Chiefs by 2 touches.
Oh.
Just like Zoe. But in fact,
how they go?
I'm going Chiefs by 2 touches in the field. 17.
You're done.
17.
Woo-hoo. I like it.
17.
I like it.
And I guarantee you, I tell you what, if the Bills don't get the ball out to halftime, that's where it's going to get taken away. We're going to score under the 2-minute warning. We're going to get the ball back at halftime. We're going to score again, and we'll be up by 2, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
That's the Kansas City shuffle right there.
The KC shuffle. Once they start scoring in a row, it's really hard to stop them.
Yeah. Once they get comfortable, they tough to stop, man. That team's speed is a killer.
It is.
If Cincy got to come to Arrowhead next week,
might be rough for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough
for him. Yeah, that might be real tough. All right, is that it for the AFC games?
Yeah,
that's
NFC.
it.
NFC.
NFC. We got the Rams and Tampa Bay.
Who can kick this one off?
I will.
All right.
I support everything Dallas. Everything Dallas.
Okay.
Matt Stafford is a Dallas boy.
He is.
And I love him. I love him. I thought he was a piece of glass, but he didn't prove it. The dude is tough, bro. He is a tough dude. But I don't know if he's tough enough to beat the NFL. I don't know if he's tough enough to beat the NFL. Tampa Bay by 3, and that's and it's crazy because I think that they can go in there and really throttle Tampa if they on all cylinders, right? But you're gonna see some of the craziest penalties you have seen all year come out of this game. Watch what I tell you. And it's gonna be wide receivers running down the field open, and they gonna hit them for touchdowns, and they gonna all come back for holding penalties. And you're gonna be like, where the hell was the hold? Listen, and it's crazy that it's going
to out of a team.
Yeah, once they like, yeah, Lee, you know what I mean? Blah 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 blah, and then that's when it's gonna happen. They are going to have to keep their cool, but it's gonna be. I'm telling you right now, if Roger Goodell is at that game, you can forget it. LA lost at kickoff. If you see him in a press box somewhere sitting there, Tampa gonna win by 10. Like D said, he is absolutely right. Listen, it's gonna be out of control the way they're gonna try to set this matchup up.
I can't go against that. I think Jay, when the money is always where the NFL is going to go. They want to go. Mm-hmm. I think the Rams can definitely blow. I think they can beat them handily, just like Corey said. I just don't think they're going to let it happen this early for Tom. Not this early. Maybe next round.
Especially if you're about to be the league MVP. Hell no.
Yeah, like I feel like it's they have to uphold this standard for Tom. We've seen it this season in regular season games to where, okay, a couple of them wins probably should have been losses. So I'm gonna hope that the Rams win, but I'm going to say for my pick that it's going to be the Bucs.
I'm okay with losing this pick.
Yeah.
I agree. The fact of the matter is this. First of all, my Duke Blue Devils look like shit.
They do? Who they playing? Florida
State.
Florida State?
Yeah. Yeah, Miami beat Carolina by like 100.
I saw that earlier. I saw the halftime score, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. A lot of times it's about the draw and when you get the draw. Right now, I'm gonna say Tampa Bay wins because of the win. Maybe if the Rams got them next round, the Rams would win. But right now, yeah, it's just a draw, and
that sucks,
man.
The NFL did Tampa Bay and Green Bay win last year.
Yeah, they need that rematch.
Yeah, so
Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. I mean, come on, man. It is what it is. That sucks. I think that I just think that there's so many things that are going on that, like, you got this big race between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady for this MVP battle, right? Mm-hmm. There's so many things that have them two connected. Like, there ain't no way they're not gonna let that matchup happen in the championship game. Especially that I want to say, don't the awards come out this week?
Yeah,
they should.
It should come out this week.
Awards come out this week. There is no way in hell that they are not going to allow that matchup for 1 and 2, whoever wins, for the other one not to get his get back.
Mm-hmm.
Sets up too perfect. It does. Speaking of MVP, it's a two-man race. It really is. And you know who the two are, man. Who you got?
They're gonna give it to him, ain't they? They're gonna do it.
Yes. Yes.
Whoever they give the MVP, they'll give the other one the Super Bowl appearance.
Yes. And that's really the only way to kind of make it fair. As unfair as that is.
That's fair, but unfair.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that Tom, you put the numbers up, man, it's almost even,
Yeah.
Tom played a good year, right? But I think just the more dynamic dude is Aaron Rodgers. I really want him to win the MVP, but he's not gonna win. And they need Aaron Rodgers to be in the Super Bowl, right? And potentially win a Super Bowl just to keep him in Green Bay. I still don't, even if they win the Super Bowl, I don't know if he stays. I'm not sure. They may have tore their draws that bad. Hopefully they've been mending it over the season and they've been hugging and kikiing off the camera, you know what I mean? And we don't see it. But
all things mended.
Hey man, I think the only way to mend it is a Super Bowl. And the NFL know that.
I think so too.
Winning cures all.
It does. It does cure everything. Yeah, they're gonna give it to him. Offensive MVP of the season. Who you think?
I think you got to go with Taylor.
Think so?
Yeah. You think they're gonna still give it to him after that? Well, it really wasn't. It wasn't his fault at all.
And that's exactly what we said, Big Man.
Yeah. Agreed, man. 100%.
I'm not mad at that. Cooper Cup, maybe.
I think and Cash, you probably right. It's probably about 800 yards, but but Aaron Rodgers just don't turn the ball over, and I mean, and that dude,
and Tom had 4 different Hall of Fame worthy receivers.
I mean, yeah, you got 3 solid receivers for the majority of the season, and then you got 3 tight ends on that roster too.
Mm-hmm.
He's loaded, and Aaron Rodgers literally has one guy that he throws the ball to all the time. But they're really, really good at it. Like
you talking about Lazard? No.
right. I think that Cooper Kupp. I think that Cooper Kupp should win the offensive MVP, but I think whoever does not win the league MVP will win the offensive MVP. I do. So it's either going to be Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Defensive MVP.
Your boy. It's either your boy or TJ.
So you can. So this was my argument for Micah Parsons, right?
Okay.
Micah Parsons had 118 tackles along with 14 and a half sacks. Right.
That's crazy to me.
He has had a phenomenal season. I say that to say TJ Watt will win it. I mean, the dude had 22 sacks.
Yeah, 22 sacks. That's crazy.
And a half.
22 and a half sacks. That's insane.
That's insane.
Micah Parsons had a phenomenal season. Don't get me wrong. And I don't even think we got to talk about the defensive rookie of the year. But that's a given. But and then I also think that having 2 players on your team that have these crazy numbers, because Diggs had 13 picks, right? I think that it almost nullifies it, right? And they're like, why was Diggs getting all these picks? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's because Micah Parsons was causing the quarterback to throw bad passes.
And that's
you know what I'm saying?
I definitely know that's exactly why. Because they move Micah Parsons around so much, and he's a threat from everywhere. He's a threat from everywhere in every situation. That dude is a defensive player. He's just a defensive player. Like the way that he was able to transition to playing like stand-up defensive end to hand in the dirt to on both sides. Like he was just a weapon for them. But yeah, it's gonna be hard with TJ.
And I was a training camp guy, you know what I mean? Because training camp was 5 minutes up the road. I went, and then after every practice, he was over with the defensive line coach, just practicing. Him and DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence just teaching him things. You know what I mean? Not Charles Haley, but DeMarcus Ware was at a few practices. He was over there with DeMarcus Ware, just absorbing. You know what I mean? So it's just showing that hard work pays off for you. You know what I mean? And he's phenomenal. I still think the Cowboys need one more dog on defense in order for it to be good, but because they don't have that. But I mean, like defensive rookie of the year, no questions. Hands down, it's gonna be Micah Parsons. But defensive MVP, nah, he ain't ready for that yet. Not yet.
It's easily gonna be TJ Watt.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough not to give it to TJ Watt. He could have won it last year. He really could have. You know, and a lot of Rams players say Aaron Donald, because he's constantly facing double teams, right? He did not have the year TJ Watt had. Yeah, I mean, 22 and a half sacks. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Offensive rookie of the year.
That's gonna be the interesting one, because Mac Jones kind of got off to an okay start, then he got hot in the middle, right? And then he kind of fizzled out, right? But to me, man, it never was a competition, man. That was Jamar Chase from week 2 on all the way out to the end. It was always Jamar Chase for me, but I think Mac Jones have, I guess, done enough in some people's eyes where I think it's gonna be a contest.
He led a team. I agree with you and Jay. It shouldn't be, but he led an NFL team to the playoffs. Even though he won a big game throwing 3 passes, right? He was really good. He beat Baker Mayfield and Ryan Tannehill that night and handed the ball off to the running backs. He was the best that week. but Jamar Chase has been dynamic all year.
He looked like a straight up pro at his position.
Yes, and I think if they deny him of that alone, it's just not right, because Mac Jones has not been dominant. He hasn't been dynamic. He hasn't been none of it. He's just been
3 passes.
He's been a good manager that hasn't been let off the leash yet. Now with Chase is totally different. When you at your position and you look like you mastered it and you're actually beating vets like Patrick Peterson, like you making them look silly, right? Like you beating them. I don't see Mac Jones getting in the center and pointing out and saying, okay, we go check out of this and do this, and then you looking off star safeties and corners and playing them like a fielder and stuff like that. No, he's not doing that, right? So Mac Jones is still very much a rookie and still very much learning his position. And Chase looked like I'm not saying he mastered his position. It's more to learn. He's just a rookie, but it looks like he mastered it. He's in the conversation with top 10 receivers. Mac Jones is not in the conversation of top 10 quarterbacks.
He started the year as the number 2 receiver, and by the midway mark of the season, he was definitely the number 1 receiver on the team.
Yeah.
And as a rookie to come in and be, because a lot of times rookie wide receivers, they show flashes of how they can be great, right? But they don't. It's not consistent, and he was consistent all season.
Yeah, he was.
Comeback player of the year.
What's the criteria for that?
Significant injury, missed the year, came back this year and played good football.
Shoot, if it was only off of one game, I would say Akers.
Hell yeah!
He came back.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Shoot, do we got to get this one out?
You got to.
I'm trying to think. Who got hurt last year? Came back, played good.
Bro.
Shoot, let Alex Smith keep it one more year for the comeback.
Boy, you so stupid.
You
know what?
Might play the year.
I know this guy not eligible because he's a rookie, but Waddle was coming off of surgery, and people didn't know if he was gonna be whatever he turned out to be. He turned out to be good. He caught 100 passes, man. In the Miami offense where people were questioning who the quarterback was. So.
And speaking of that, that's another person that significant injury.
Who?
Tua.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was 2 years ago. Yeah, you're right. It's got to be Dak by default.
Yeah.
You got to give it to Dak. You got to give it to Dak. So who? What all names would be in that hat? Would JJ Watt name be in there? And
they'll be in there next year. Like Cam.
Nah, JJ Watt was he missed what? He had surgery too, right?
Yeah,
he had surgery last offseason.
JJ would be in that. Let's just see who they got as the top 5. I know they'll say it.
Yeah, I think Jameis was. He might have made a case. Joe Burrow, maybe. Yeah, Joe Burrow. He did come off the injury. So yeah, it's probably gonna be between Dak and Joe Burrow.
And Dak and Joe Burrow.
And they'll probably give it to Dak.
Yeah. Because JB did have a torn ACL. He did.
I forgot about that.
With that.
Yeah. I think it'll be Dak just because of the significance of the injury. And ACL tears are kind of common in the NFL. You know what I mean? And like people come back from that all the time, but compound fractures and 2 surgeries, and then they made a big deal about it on Hard Knocks and stuff. It'll probably be Dak.
Yeah. Let's do this real quick before we end it. We actually did good on time. We're a little bit early. Man, I gotta figure out something for this Wi-Fi, man. I don't know what's going on. But let's do this real quick, right? NBA, man, Ja Morant's been playing crazy good, man. He been a giant killer. First and foremost, not too long ago when he had his injury and he was out for a couple of weeks, and the Grizzlies kind of went on a little win streak. It was people saying, "Hey, man, the Grizzlies played better without Ja Morant, and they don't need him and stuff." I hate when people say stuff like that, because I'm like, look, you can beat teams on regular nights, but when you play other superstars on a marquee night, on a marquee matchup, you need your guys who has been the best at every level that they ever played on. Absolutely. To come out there and show some nuts and some attitude, right? And that's what Morant do, and he showed that when he took down the Lakers and then took down the Warriors the game after that. And I wonder who else they took that. They took down some good teams like back to back, and he playing crazy, man. But anyway, all of that brought up the whole did the Pelicans make a mistake by picking Zion and not picking Ja Morant, and then like who's the best young player, Ja Morant or Luka Doncic, right? So answer both those questions.
No, the Pelicans didn't make a mistake. Ja Morant.
Just like that.
Dang. That was fast.
Just like that. All right, elaborate on why they made a mistake.
Because you got a guy that could potentially be all world. Still can. I mean, a lot of people forget that part of the process was Embiid didn't play for 2.5, 3 years.
Good point.
It's true. But he got his honey bun to salad ratio right. I'm not so sure Zion can do that.
I mean, give him time, man. Give him time. Let him find a salad that he like. Shit.
Agreed. Okay. The honey bun salad with ranch dressing is not a healthy salad.
I think what you meant to say, Jay, is let him find a salad he don't like. Because I think he like all of them.
He probably don't like salad.
Nah. I ain't never had no catfish etouffee salad. I ain't never had that.
That boy get the big burger tray with salad on top. You get lettuce and tomato. But nah, man. So yeah, part of that. So you only get, even if it doesn't work out as for the Pelicans, like you trade that man right now for 2 first-round picks. Somebody take it because he puts asses in chairs. You did what I'm saying. So you still made your franchise better. I'm sure you don't need me to explain why is Ja Morant better than Luka. Use your eyes. The end. What does Luka do better than Ja Morant besides speak a foreign language?
And hold on to the ball too damn long. He's really good at that.
I will say they're playing better though. The Mavs and they are playing better defensively, and Luka still has that issue of holding on to the ball for a very long time. But I think that they are starting to play better defense, which has led to some pretty good wins the past week or so.
Yeah, they have got some good wins.
When Luka takes over a game, right? Stuff has to go his way. You know what I mean? He need to clear out. He need ISO. He need everything to go his way. When Ja Morant takes over a game, just hand him the ball.
Yeah,
and he's gonna make it go his way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's what would be my difference, and why I would pick right now. I would pick Ja, just because he's taking over games, and when you got a point guard that is not, and I hate to do this, but is not out of control like Westbrook, but still uber athletic. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
it's really hard to defend.
That is an excellent analogy. Ja Morant is Russell Westbrook with control.
Yeah,
another would say Russell Westbrook that can play.
Boy, you stupid, man. Look, this what I say about the Zion and Morant. I'm not going to say the Pelicans made a mistake by drafting Zion because it was the obvious pick. He was the number one talent in college. Right? So that's the obvious pick. You pick him. Nobody knew that his body was just going to balloon the way it did, and it was going to give him lower extremity problems. Right? Nobody saw that.
I didn't really balloon.
I did. I did because they actually paying him money, and he can go buy his own food now.
Yeah, I mean,
60. Yeah. Oh, he was too. Well, what was he in college, Jay?
In college, they was calling him 265, but he was 280, and he's 300 now. I mean,
easy.
But getting from 280 to 300, even if you just get on the NBA weightlifting program, you're gonna put on 20 pounds.
That's true.
Especially he was only 18 at 280.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't even think Shaq was 280 at 7 foot coming out of college.
Nah, but yeah, he wasn't.
Yes.
But I kind of think that Zion needs to get to about 275 and he'll be fine.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
That cardio is a killer, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Like you can lift weights and run. You know what I mean? And you'll just lose fat and gain muscle, and you'll stay about the same weight.
I mean, even if he's all muscle, just his frame, like he's gonna be a heavy guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's just a big dude.
Yeah. So this is what I say though. I don't say they made a mistake. I think Zion was the right choice at number one. However, in hindsight, you gotta wonder what a Brandon Ingram and Ja Morant tandem would look like right now. If he can get it popping with Jaren Jackson and Bang and Dylan Brooks, if he can get it popping with them, he can get it popping with a daggone Brandon Ingram out there, man. So that would have been nice to see. As far as who's better between him and Luka, I want to say Luka because he's so skilled and it ain't nothing Luka can't do. But what Luka's disadvantage is the same thing as Zion. He's not coming in shape, and he don't look that dedicated to being in better shape than everybody. I mean, that's what takes you from having all the skills in the world to being the best in the world is you saying, I'm going to dedicate myself to being in great shape. And Ja Morant ain't never had no issue coming in the training camp in shape or being in shape for the season. However, he does have a depreciating asset in his skill set, which is his leaping ability, which puts him in that D Rose situation. How long can you maximize this speed and jumping out of the gym thing? So I always said this even coming out of college. I said this dude is Rajon Rondo as a passer and speed, but with the athleticism of Derrick Rose, and he's smart, right? He's a good basketball player, man. So I want to say skill set wise is Luka, but if I had to build a team, I'm picking Zion. I mean, not Zion, but I'm picking Ja Morant over Luka, just because the dedication to his craft.
And you're right. So I believe that Ja Morant is better skill set wise for one, just because of speed alone. He's got good handles, right? Luka has good handles. His ability to get to the hole is so much different than Luka's. Luka take 87 dribbles to get to the hole. He's gonna get there, right? But it takes so long. Ja take 2 steps, he out of there, done, right? Yeah. But that scares me that he gets so high though, because that's exactly who I thought about when he did that little spin layup the other night. I was like, damn, that looked like Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what it looks like. Like, dude is in the air for like 8 seconds, and that shit's scary. Yeah. But the one thing that y'all failed to mention is that this say you switch them draft picks, right? Say you switch Ja Morant and Zion, right? You taking Zion out of New Orleans and putting him in Memphis. Man, y'all have barbecue and fried chicken in Memphis? It's the same problem.
She's so stupid. And the pieces don't match for Zion in Memphis either way, man. Him being there with Jaren Jackson and whoever else they had there, man. Maybe they made some moves different. They probably wouldn't have bought in Steven Adams or nothing like that. But the pieces look very different. And be honest with you, it's harder to build around Zion than it is to build around Ja Morant. Because
what's his position?
If Zion is your best player, you must build your offense around him, and that means it's players that either go like Brandon Ingram, who is better than Zion, who just by default won't have an offense built around him.
What does building your offense around Zion look like though? Like the player he is now. What do y'all think that look like?
It looked like what Stan Van Gundy tried to do. They tried to turn him into Giannis Fat .0, and they got Stan Van Gundy fired.
Did you just call this? I'm out, bro. I'm done. I ain't got nothing.
You win with that one, Mel. I'm done. I'm done with it. You win. You win.
And we 10 minutes early, man. So but yeah. but that's what it looks like, right? Building your offense around Zion, it ain't like he's not Tim Duncan in the low post.
Exactly.
So you won't do it there, right? He's not Kawhi coming off ball screens and catching and shooting, so you're not going to do it there. So if the offense is built around him, then that means the ball is in his hand, right? And they're going to have to get him going downhill with a head full of steam trying to get to the rim until he develops some type of other skill. So, but if you just admit to yourself, we got a number one pick who is actually not going to be our best player, let's find someone else like Brandon Ingram and Zion. You just going to have to get your points off fast breaks, hustle points, and offensive rebounds. I think that'll be a better fit for. Yeah.
Did you say fast break?
Yeah. What'd you say? Did I say what now?
Did you say fat break or did you say fast break? What did you say? Just what did you say? Did you say fast or fat?
I don't know if I said
I could have sworn
break fast.
I looked down at my phone and I'm listening to what you're saying, and you said fat break. You wrong. You wrong. It's not fast though. You're right about that. But calling it a fat break, that's terrible. That is horrible.
It will boom town on you though.
Yes, but my question is this: Can he still dunk? That I want to know.
I think so. No, I know so. That dude, the force, like to be able to do what he was doing in college at that size.
Hey, he broke a shoe.
This man busted the amount of force this man moves around with him is unbelievable, man. He would have been the craziest defensive lineman I've ever seen.
Bro. I don't think it's too late.
I don't need.
It's not. It's really not.
It's really not.
I give him a try.
He might be too big to play tight end, but there's too much. That's a lot. But maybe, just maybe,
trying to guard him.
Man, imagine trying to block him as a nose tackle. Imagine if he coming straight up the middle and get his hands up, bro. What can you do?
I actually think he'll be a decent O lineman too.
He could be a football player. He could be a football player.
Yeah. I mean, Jay, he ain't
even got to work out for that. Just jump on somebody left tackle right now.
You can eat all the honey buns you want, big dog.
Exactly.
We want you to eat them.
Finish your first contract and just go straight to the NFL.
Case a week.
With that vert, he can intercept anybody pass coming over that offensive line.
Oh my goodness,
man, he'll be a beast.
Line him up in nose. All you gotta do is line him up in nose tackle. Let him just get. All you gotta do is get just a slight bit of penetration and just jump.
Boom, jump straight up. He'll pick the pass straight from the quarterback over the
over the center. Man, I told y'all that boy missed his calling.
Yeah. Hey, look, Kaz in the comments said Luka has I made the comment that Luka's dedication is not as high as Ja Morant's is, or anybody who comes in the camp in shape. And he said that he played pro ball when he was 14, so he can't say that he don't have dedication. Anybody want to take that?
Real quick, man. Dedication, you can lose that today. Tomorrow. Maybe he don't have dedication because he's been doing it since he was 14.
Right. Or maybe he was getting paid pennies when he was doing it at 14, but now he's getting millions from Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I can smoke these Newports.
Maybe pro
Luka kills a 12 pack. He kills a 12 pack every night.
Yeah, maybe pro in Serbia ain't the NBA. I'm sure he's not Serbian, but you get what I'm saying.
Luka looked like he stay out to 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning and come into the gym hungover. That's exactly how he look
up all the time.
The type of baby fat he has on his chin, neck, and face area, and around his, midsection and arms. That's the fat that comes from a lot of carbs or a lot of beer, right? That's not dedication. You're a basketball player and you are your team's point guard. You can't be the one out of shape.
That man not a point guard too, by the way.
And we can't. But here's the thing, though, Mel. That's even more important to me than that, because I'm a Mavericks fan. I can't wait 25 games for your fat ass to get in shape.
No. Every season.
Every year.
And he ain't even 25 yet, and he done came in shape, out of shape 2 years straight.
That's crazy. You can't be the best like that. You just cannot be the best like that.
Oh yeah, after they gave him that break to go to the bubble, so it been right since.
No, and the thing about it is that it's always like, oh, he's injured. No, like, just be honest. Just say like, yo, man, dude came in fat. We got to get him in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Or he's injured because he was overweight. Derrick Rose said something very interesting. He got interviewed just recently, and they asked him about Zion. They was like, hey, man, you see Zion, you see him young, and I know you had your injuries, and you was a very explosive player. What advice would you give him? And I love what Derrick Rose said. First and foremost, he said, whatever is going to be the path for Zion is going to be different for me. We totally two different players, but I get why you asked the question. Then he said, he realized that he was playing overweight. When he said he was with the Olympic team, he was at 215. Derrick Rose at 6'3", point guard, was at 215. And he said that was too heavy for me. But he didn't have no body fat. That was muscle. He was at 215. He said that was not the weight he's supposed to be playing with. So he knew he had to get down for 100%. He had to get down in order to preserve his career. So I mean, it's very important for you to be in tip-top shape, not have a lot of body fat when you playing a high cardio sport like basketball, man. You just gotta have it.
I think the prime weight for Zion would be around 260. I think
you can see 260 since 8th grade.
I was gonna say, but I mean, you ask him to lose 40 pounds. That's a lot. I think if he loses 25,
but he don't got to do it all in one season.
No, he doesn't. You can build up to 40, but I mean, you need a nutritionist, right? You need a lot of things in your life, and you have to have some self-discipline. Like, you can't go to the cabinet at 3 o'clock in the morning and grab 6 honey buns and a glass of milk. You can't do it. And I know I always call him honey bun and stuff, but I mean, I'm serious. Like, you can't do that. You have to have some sort of discipline. And you're gonna go to bed hungry for a couple of nights. And your thought process, you're gonna be like, I got $7 million in the bank. I can go eat whatever the hell I want to eat. You know what I mean? But you have to have that kind of discipline to be like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna eat these egg whites and oatmeal for breakfast, right? I'm gonna eat this chicken breast and avocado with some vegetables for lunch. and then I'm gonna eat, a protein shake for dinner right before I play. Like that. That you have to have that kind of discipline. And right now, it's obvious that he doesn't.
You got to quit putting out them 10-man Jordans too.
Yeah, I agree. Whoever Draymond Green's chef is, they need to link with Zion, man, because Draymond had, he was not nearly as the size of Zion, and of course he wasn't living in New Orleans. But exactly, Mar, that gumbo be too good. But wow,
cash and cocaine. That's a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug.
He got to at least consider. I'm sure they already told him. Getting a nutritionist, getting a chef, a personal chef, to cook the things that he can eat that will allow him to, keep that body fat down to where he can't. But it's tough for big dudes anyway, because especially now that he has foot problems, because being in shape with foot problems when you big is kind of, how can he do the cardio to get to the shape that he wants? It has to be all kitchen right now.
Right.
You got to ride a bike.
I'll tell you who personal chef he don't want to take.
Who?
That's damn DJ Khaled. This shit, that man, whatever he want. I ain't never seen nobody in the gym and have more personal chef and ain't lost not 1 pound.
He ain't lost nothing, man. He maintained it, man. That boy said, "We the chicken breast." All right, man. Hey,
we're done. We're done. We're done.
Hey, man. Hey, thank y'all for doing it, man. Hey, check us out on all platforms for the podcast. Check out the Sports Cave at Sports Cave 310 on IG, sportscavetruck.com on their website, and you can get some of this hot gear that we got, man. And definitely go and subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already done that, and share. We need that. And then we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.
Dudes.